Hey guys, so welcome back to my program. I want to say that things have been changing in my life. For example, I quit caffeine, I quit vaping, I quit coffee, and I quit drinking white sugar and eating white sugar foods. So you have to understand, I replaced this with fruits. So I'm eating more fruits. I'm eating basically 2 pears a day or a banana with a pear, for example. Or I would eat grapes, or I can eat some plums, or any type of fruit. Just max 3 fruits a day or something like that. But I find it helps me to stay away from sugar, in terms of white sugar, and I feel much better because I'm helping myself to grow. I'm helping myself to become a better person. And I'm growing in the process of life, but also my suffering is gone, you know. I want to say some things about my life, like, for example, when I was drinking coffee and vaping, I was suffering, I was suffering, for example, and because I was suffering, I wasn't living the life that I was meant to be living. So you have to understand also, I quit porn, I quit watching porn, and I feel much better about myself. Although I have to say that very soon I might need an operation, for example, because I won't elaborate much on it, but I want to say I might need an operation on something. And you have to understand that because of this, it's like I'm growing myself, I'm helping myself understand things, I'm becoming a better person, I'm learning, I'm growing, but I need to do more. I need to be able to feel so confident in myself that I can speak to a mature woman, that I can speak to anybody on the street, that I can speak to anyone, for example, around in life. And I can if I set my mind to it. But I have to understand that it's always about the process. It's always about learning to become your best version, elaborating. But one thing also about life coaching online, everything, like all my videos that I posted online about my life material and my quotes and everything, has taught me how to coach people, for example. But then I apologize. So I want to say, then, for example, because I make all this content online, I have to get somewhere with my life in terms of being able to coach people in real life and to coach people and make money from it as well. But I understand that because of life and how life is going for me, I understand I have to put my money where my mouth is. You understand? So this means every day learning basically to become something greater, learning to just give content because I'm worthy of whatever I need, and I need to every single day just live life to the fullest. But my suffering is gone. My suffering is gone. I'm feeling much better about myself. I'm learning, I'm growing, and when the weekend comes, you have to understand that many people don't call me, for example. So this means that I get to be alone with myself. I get to be at home. And also I will say, never do a life coaching program when you are basically eating lozenges of some kind, or never have anything in your mouth when you're public speaking, and never have anything in your mouth when you're doing audio programs and video programs for people. Because this way you will understand more that nicotine will irritate your throat, and that's why you see me golfing and doing all this kind of stuff with my throat, for example, because I have a lozenge in my mouth and that's irritating my throat. You understand? So I have to understand that I'm rich or better is what I say, for example. So you have to understand that in life you have to grow. You have to understand better ways of thinking. You have to understand something from your own perspective. Learning to become something where you can do something for people. Posting content online, every single day, accumulating all this content, information, breakthroughs, working on yourself, working on your mindset, working on a better life for yourself, saving money in terms of not saving money, but having better habits so that you can save more money. How does this work? So you have to understand, let's say I quit smoking. That means I have $30 extra in my pocket a day. So I'm saving basically $30 a day because I'm not smoking. So that kind of saving I'm talking about. So with better habits comes a better mind. So we have to understand from different points of view things that we can grow upon, things that we can learn and process information and live a great life and study and grow as a person. But you have to understand that, for example, when some people go poker, for example, do you know what happens? Do you know what happens when people go poker? They don't elaborate to people their content. They don't elaborate to people what they've learned. And I find that I've been doing this in my life, for example, because first of all, people don't want my advice. People don't ask for my advice. And people don't ask me to coach them. You understand? So I leave things for myself, and I keep it to myself, and I act very stupid in front of people because that's how people want me to act, in terms of being someone very dumb and silent and stuff. But I'm very smart. And this means that when I'm growing myself, when I'm becoming my best version or whatever it is, that I'm always learning, that I'm always understanding what I need to do with my life. So that's why I'm growing myself in the process. That's why I'm helping myself to communicate. That's why I'm helping myself to make programs and all this kind of content, even when a lot of people are not watching. I promise you, if I can impact one person in the world, I've impacted the whole world. So you have to understand, that's the whole point of my channel online. Everything I do online is for you. It's to help you grow. It's to help you be foundational in your thinking, to help you to summarize things, to help you to recollect about whatever it is that you want to do with your life, and to help you understand things from a deeper point of view that I can communicate with people. It's just that people don't allow me to communicate the way I want to. But I need to assert myself in these situations where I need to speak to people, and I need to be heard by them that I'm a smart individual. I need to be talking to them in ways that I'm coaching them, regardless of if they want me to coach them or not, because it's communication, and communication goes a long way into helping people to grow. But then I do everything online. I post everything online, although the poker people are not asking me for my content or anything like that, and no one's asking for my content, except for myself. But I post this information online anyway because it's on my channel. It's value, something from God that I'm giving you now, and I'm giving you something that is wisdom, and it's a thing that I can sell to other people. It's something that I can make money on. I just need to push myself to give money for my dream. Because I've been blocking some things in my life. For example, I've been blocking my DJing. I've been blocking making events around people. I've been blocking making money online because of my giving nature, in terms of not giving my way forward to help myself to achieve my dream. So I need to give of myself to allow myself to DJ by giving money for it, and by giving my money to things that I want to do in my life. So I need to every single day, open the doors for myself. At the moment, I'm getting much more healthier, so I'm staying away from white sugar, I'm staying away from vaping, I'm staying away from smoking cigarettes, I'm staying away from alcohol, I'm staying away from drugs, I'm staying away from pornography. I'm always looking to help myself to become my greater version of the image that I want to portray in the world. So saying that, I want to help myself to live life. I want to live life to the best of my ability. I want to give as much content as I can for people. I want to make content come true for myself and just make something that's always going to help vibrate into the world, that's going to help give information of some kind, that's going to help me to grow as a person, and it's going to help you to understand some breakthroughs in life so that you can understand a greater potential for yourself, so that you can give all your information that you've ever done in your life to people, so that you can impact the world and so that you can make the world a better place. That's the whole point of living the dream. Every single day asking for money, asking for more money is not a shame. Always ask for more money in your life, but always have enough. Always have enough of everything that you need. So you have to understand that when you're growing yourself and you're living a great life, you have to be confident in yourself that you can speak to people, that you can talk to people, that you can live your life and lift people around you, and that you can figure out something to say when you are not air writing to people. For example, because I do a lot of air writing in my life, even when I'm around people I do air writing, and because of this I have an internal dialogue going on, and because of this, because I have an internal dialogue going on, I don't pay as much attention to what's being said to me, because I have this inner dialogue going with myself and I'm processing their information and my information at the same time. And then because I'm writing and air writing inside of myself, I sort of get stuck on talking to people because I'm already talking to myself, and then I don't come across as someone who's listening to them attentively and fully, because I'm focusing on myself and what's going on inside of me. So you have to understand that because of this reason, when I'm air writing, I want to have a good conversation with people, but also not be blocking myself from talking to people. And I want to be able to just live my life in a way that I'm growing myself, living the best life that I can, talking to people and having a deep connection, but also being smart in the process of communicating to people my thoughts and what I've learned in my life stories, because I find myself not giving my life stories to people in daily life. For example, because I may be ashamed because of the things that I've done in my life, or because of things that I've learned in my life. So I have to come up with scenarios to talk with people about things that is related to growth, that's related to something that's going to help me to help teach people something about my life, to help people get across in life, and to send them a message that's going to be inspirational and that's going to be helping them to understand how to grow as a person. So you don't have to do air writing while you're speaking to people on your audio program, but you have to understand this is because you're already stimulating your mind through the words that you're talking about with yourself online and through your phone. So you have to understand that as long as you're stimulating your mind, you don't have to air write at all. But it's something that I choose to do sometimes. But although when I'm around people, I find I'm very scattered around people when I'm air writing, especially because as soon as they start watching me air write, I start to withdraw. I start to basically stop what I'm doing, for example, because they're watching me do it. So let's say you are watching me air write, I start to stop to air write when you start watching me do it, for example. So it's like I'm afraid of people watching me air write, because it's like I don't want them knowing what this is. So it's like, I don't know, I want people to know everything. I want them to know as much as possible. But it's just the way I am. It's just the way it is. So you have to understand that I need to help myself to realize that I've just learned how to understand things from a different point of view. And you have to understand that because life goes quick, life's going all the time quick, you have to be straightforward and understanding and asking questions so you can get to a better point in your life. So every single day, understand that when you're living the best life, when you're living the dream life or whatever it is, that you're in it to win it. You're in it for yourself so you can get to a better stage in your life, so you can overcome your demons, and so that you can break free and be drug free for good, so that you can be healthy, so you can start exercising. Because I find that exercise, for example, helps you to release your emotions, it helps you to release tension. But also when people are doing drugs, they don't have time to do exercise because they're either smoking cigarettes, or because they're drinking coffee, or because they're drinking alcohol, or because they're doing drugs of illicit drugs or some kind of thing like that. So you have to understand, you have to come from a point that you're making common sense with people, you're making common sense with yourself, you're teaching yourself in your journal about things, and you're coming up with ideas in your journal about life, just the way you're doing it in your audio program that you make. And you're just learning to teach people and come from a teaching perspective rather than code zero. So you have to understand, because code zero is a thing that I do with my life, which is coming back to the word I all the time. But in my audio programs, I'm not talking to you code zero, because I'm talking to you in any kind of way that's going to help teach you something. So that's why in life, when you go through life, you understand why lots of things don't work out between people, because people are trying to do something else other than make it work out with you. So you have to come from a point of view where you feel self-worthy in life, where you feel worthy enough to approach a woman, to approach a man, to approach someone in life, or whatever it is about life, and be able to distinguish what you're saying to them, and be able to communicate your message, and be able to live your life and lift people in regards to what you're saying. So you have to make sense of all the scenarios in the world about whatever it is that's going on in your mind, and start lifting yourself to a higher status. Start lifting yourself because you're feeling good about yourself, because now you're worthy, and now you can actually do whatever you want to do, because you're getting to that stage. You understand? So you have to be practicing, always practicing for something. You understand? Practicing whatever you can practice in the moment with whatever you've given in the moment. You understand? So with whatever you have in terms of your resources, you have to make your life the best it can be with what you have. You understand? So it's all about personal development. It's all about becoming your greater version. It's all about talking to yourself the way you talk and teach other people. You teach yourself like that. So the way I'm teaching you now, in terms of how I'm talking in this audio program, I need to be talking with myself like that in my journal and also in my ear writing. So I need to be teaching myself things about life, learning and corresponding to messages, and basically lifting the world through what I am. So just being the best version of myself is what I want to become. That means having a good body. That means eating healthy, being vegan. For example, that means basically helping myself in every kind of way I can, so that I can have connections in my life, and so that I can build those connections to make sure that I'm lifting myself in a way that I'm learning something different every single time I speak, and that I'm actually not wasting time with my life, but actually moving forward with whatever I'm saying and doing with my life, so that I can help myself to understand what it is that I need to do with my life so I can actually get to the better point of view that I'm saying or speaking or listening to other people with. So that's why I'm understanding that every single day in my life, I'm always understanding more. I'm always lifting myself more because I need to understand what it is about my life that I need to succeed with. So I'm always looking to learn. I'm always looking to do something with my life to succeed as much as possible and to lift myself into the version that I can be and become, but also learn to live alone with myself. Even when other people are not speaking to me, I know that wisdom's with me all the time. I just have to create it. I just have to create with wisdom, and I have to understand that wisdom's always with me no matter what's happening with my life. So every single day I'm always learning, I'm always growing, I'm always understanding what I need to do with my life and how to succeed. So I'm understanding that I need to move forward with my life as of now all the time. I need to be never going backwards, lifting myself in the process, and becoming my best version is the best way to do it in any kind of life. In a sense, so every single day, learn, grow, become your best version, become the best you can be, and start lifting yourself into greatness because you are worthy. You can understand that you are someone of a person that can lift yourself and that you can become positive and start really understanding much more about your life and how you're moving forward with your life and coaching as much as possible people so that you can become something greater than yourself right now. So that's what it's all about. It's always about a better image that you can make for yourself. Make a better image for yourself. Become that version of yourself that you need to become and start living it today.